All right, today we're looking at ratios, rates, and proportions. For ratios, they are a comparison of two quantities and can be written as fractions with a colon or using the word to. Looking at the squares and triangles, we have 2 triangles to 3 squares. The 3 different forms it can be written in is 2 over 3, 2 to 3, and 2 to 3. A rate are a comparison of 2 different quantities. So we have like miles per hour and costs per gallon. We say we're traveling 70 miles per hour. We can say when we go to the gas station, we have $1.39 per gallon of gas. Or it could be if I've traveled 240 miles in 4 hours, or $20.85 for 15 gallons of gas. All right, so proportions is a statement of the 2 ratios and that they are equal to each other. This is a setup of a proportion, 2/3 equal to 12/18. These are equivalent fractions or equivalent ratios. And basically what this is saying is that when we do the cross product, which is elementary terms, butterfly effect, but we say cross product, we're going to take 18 and multiply by 2, and 3 times the 12. And 2 times 18 is the 36, and 12 times 3 gives us 36. So it's saying that both sides are equal to each other, which is what we're looking for in proportions. So to find for a missing value in a proportion, we have a setup of 6 over 15 equals to n over 25. And we still want to use the cross product method. With that, we have the 25 is getting multiplied by the 6, and the 15 is going to go multiply by the n. So we have 6 times 25, which gives us 150, and n times 15 gives us our 15n. This right here created a one-step equation. The opposite of multiplying here is to divide, so we divide both sides by 15. And so we have 150 divided by 15 gives us 10n. So we have a word problem here. And in this scenario, we have Kelsey can read 404 sci-fi books in 10 hours. This statement right here is our rate or ratio for books per hours. Actually, it's rate. Assuming all of the books are the same length, how many hours would it take for her to read 50 sci-fi books? So we're looking for hours. We don't know how many hours for that many books. With our first statement, we have 4 books to 10 hours. This tells us our rate that we want to set up, books over hours. And so in our proportion, that is what we do first, the given, 4 over 10. And that would then equal, we know we need to read 50 books, but we don't know how long. So 50 goes on top and n goes on bottom. So solve for the missing value, we still do the cross product method. We're going to take the n and multiply it by the 4, and then the 10 multiply it by 50. So 4 times n gives us our 4n, and 50 times 10 gives us 500. This right here is our one-step equation. The opposite of multiplying by 4 would be to divide by 4. And so 4 divided by 4 gives us our 1n, and 500 divided by 4 gives us 125. For unit rates, we are looking for a quantity of 1. We are still setting up proportions. So in our first example, we have 240 miles traveled in 4 hours. We want to know how many miles we traveled per hour. So this is saying for 1 hour. When we set up our problem, the rate that it gives us, we want to have miles over hours. So we have 240 over 4. And we're looking for how many miles in the 1 hour. So our second ratio is x over 1. Use our cross product to solve. And basically what you're doing is 240 divided by 4, which would give us 60 miles per hour. So this first setup right here is the actual rate, your units. What is given is what you want to list first in your proportion, and what you need to find is what you're going to list second If you do that every time, keep it the same. You should be able to find unit rates fairly easy. Let's look at a different problem. We have $20.85 for 15 gallons of gas, and we want to figure out what the cost of gas is, or the cost per gallon. This per, again, tells us for one. So we're looking at cost over gallons, and that is going to be our rate that we're setting up. And so we put $20.85 to 15 gallons, which is what is given first. And what we're trying to find is what is the cost over for 1 gallon. And if you do 20.85 divided by 15, then you should get, like what we had in the last couple of slides, $1.39 for 1 gallon. And I thank you for watching this video. It was a quick explanation of ratios, rates, and proportions. You can always go back and pause the video if needed for the examples. There are other great resources out on the web. Just Google the title to view more videos.